A startling number of stars from our favorite classic sitcoms have died in the 2020s so far. We've had to say goodbye to dozens of small-screen legends, from old favorites of the 50s and 60s to hits of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. In this video, we pay tribute to over 30 sitcom icons who are being remembered by their fans at Legacy.com, where you can add your own memories to the memorials for all these TV stars and many more. Actress Suzanne Summers was one of the top sitcom stars of the 70s thanks to her fan-favorite role as the bubbly blonde Chrissy Snow in Three's Company. Summers went on to have starring roles in Step by Step and She's the Sheriff, but for fans, her time with John Ritter and Joyce DeWitt will always be her golden age. She died in October 2023 of breast cancer at the age of 76. Linda Lavin was best known as the star of the hit sitcom Alice, playing a waitress and single mom for 9 seasons in the 1970s and 80s. She was also a Tony Award-winning Broadway performer, starring in such shows as The Diary of Anne Frank and Broadway Bound, but for us, Alice is where she shone brightest. She died in December 2024 of complications from lung cancer at the age of 87. If anyone could steal a scene from Lavin, it was Polly Holliday, best known for her role as Flo on Alice and its spin-off Flo. Her signature line, "Kiss my grits," became a pop culture catchphrase thanks to her unforgettable delivery. She died in July 2025 at the age of 88. John Amos was best known for his starring role as James Evans Sr., the patriarch of the Evans family in the 1970s sitcom Good Times. After he was cut from the show between seasons 3 and 4 over creative differences, Amos went on to give viewers a profoundly different look at the Black experience in the acclaimed miniseries Roots. He died in August 2024 of congestive heart failure at the age of 84. Actor Howard Hessman was known to millions as Dr. Johnny Fever, the rock music-loving radio DJ on the hit show WKRP in Cincinnati. He also starred on Head of the Class and had recurring roles on One Day at a Time and That 70s Show, but he will always be the rule-breaking, disco-hating Dr. Johnny Fever to us. He died in January 2022 of complications from surgery at the age of 81. WKRP was more than just Johnny Fever. Lonnie Anderson was best known as Jennifer Marlowe, the glamorous receptionist on the show. Her wit and warm smile made her one of television's most memorable sitcom stars. She died in August 2025 of metastatic uterine leiomyosarcoma at the age of 79. Every sitcom needs someone you love to dislike, and Frank Bonner provided that for WKRP when he played sales manager Herb Tarlack. Though he was also in shows like Saved by the Bell, The New Class, and Just the 10 of Us, we'll always remember him for the delightfully slimy Herb in his loud suits. He died in June 2021 of complications of Lewy body dementia at the age of 79. DeMond Wilson was the perfect straight man in the 1970s hit Sanford and Son, playing Lamont Sanford alongside comedian Red Fox. He proved the perfect counter to Fox's grumpiness and was often the only grounded figure in a show filled with outlandish people and situations. He died in January 2026 of complications from prostate cancer at the age of 79. Comedian and actor Jerry Stiller played the hilariously grumpy Frank Costanza, George's father, on Seinfeld. His loud, brash, and explosive delivery managed to steal every scene he was in, even when acting alongside the best comedians of the day. He died in May 2020 of natural causes at the age of 92. Stiller did not steal the show without help. He played off actress Estelle Harris, who was unforgettable in her role as George's hilariously screechy mother, Estelle Costanza. Thanks to Harris, the pair became one of TV's funniest couples and a perfect foil for their neurotic son. She died in April 2022 of natural causes at the age of 93. They weren't the only memorable parents on Seinfeld. Liz Sheridan was a regular as Jerry's doting mom, Helen Seinfeld. Though she's most remembered as a key part of the beloved Seinfeld cast, she was also known for her role on Alf as the nosy neighbor Raquel. She died in April 2022 of natural causes at the age of 93. After making a bold debut in Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, Kirstie Alley brought new energy to the hit TV series Cheers when she joined the cast as bar manager Rebecca Howe. Her time at Cheers marked the second act of one of the greatest sitcoms of all time. She went on to star on TV in Veronica's Closet and in the hit film Look Who's Talking. She died in December 2022 of colon cancer at the age of 71. If Alley helped shape one era of Cheers, actor George Wendt helped shape the entire series. He was best known as Norm Peterson, the affable regular always sitting at the end of the bar. His comic timing and warmth made him a sitcom icon and a highlight in dozens of film and television appearances, earning him 6 consecutive Emmy Award nominations. He died in May 2025 of cardiac arrest at the age of 76. Broadcaster Bob Uecker was the longtime radio voice of the Milwaukee Brewers, but for sitcom lovers he was better known as the co-star of Mr. Belvedere. Uecker played George Owens, a sports writer who clashed with their stuffy English butler Lynn Belvedere. He also portrayed a baseball announcer in the movie Major League. He died in January 2025 of small cell lung cancer at the age of 90. Danielle Spencer was beloved as Dee Thomas, the sharp-tongued younger sister on the sitcom What's Happening? Spencer's sassy delivery and cutting barbs made her a perfect foil for Dee's older brother Roger and his friends Dwayne and Rerun. She died in August 2025 of gastric cancer at the age of 60. Richard Lewis was known for his frequent guest appearances on late-night shows with David Letterman, Johnny Carson, and others, but he was also a sitcom star in his day. Lewis is remembered as a regular on Curb Your Enthusiasm and for starring in his own sitcom Anything But Love opposite superstar Jamie Lee Curtis. He died in February 2024 of a heart attack at the age of 76. Dwayne Hickman starred in the classic sitcom The Many Loves of Dobie Gillis, one of the first TV shows to focus on the lives of teenagers. Gillis's ups and downs were brought to life through Hickman's warmth and charm. The show also introduced many to beatnik culture as seen through Maynard G. Krebs. He was portrayed by Bob Denver, who would go on to stardom in Gilligan's Island. Hickman died in January 2022 of complications from Parkinson's disease at the age of 87. Larry Storch starred on the 1960s sitcom F Troop as the bumbling Corporal Agarn. Storch and the rest of the cast put a zany spin on life in the Wild West, with slapstick humor that had an intentionally ridiculous disregard for history. He died in July 2022 of complications from Alzheimer's disease at the age of 99. Richard Mall is remembered as the fan favorite Bull Shannon on Night Court, the hulking but friendly and funny courtroom bailiff. Mall was a mainstay on the show, one of just 3 actors to appear in all 193 episodes. He died in October 2023 at the age of 80. Markie Post didn't become a full-time cast member on Night Court until its third season, but once she did, she helped usher in the show's most beloved era. Post played public defender Christine Sullivan, a smart and sharp attorney who was a foil to Harry Anderson's Judge Harry when they weren't toying with a romantic relationship. She died in August 2021 of cancer at the age of 70. Holding down the fort on Night Court was Charlie Robinson, who played Mac, the court clerk. Though he also appeared in sitcoms including Heart of Dixie and Home Improvement, it's his 180 episodes of Night Court that we will most fondly remember. He died in July 2021 of cardiac arrest at the age of 75. Dawn Wells won the hearts of viewers as Mary Ann Summers from the zany castaway comedy Gilligan's Island. Wells brought down-to-earth charm to the island, providing a sharp contrast to her two female co-stars, Tina Louise's glamorous Ginger and Natalie Schaefer's rich but ditzy Mrs. Howell. She died in December 2020 from complications related to COVID-19. Inga Swenson played Gretchen Krause, the cook in the governor's mansion on the 80s sitcom Benson. Swenson's character often clashed with Robert Guillaume's Benson, but over time the two became friends. She died in July 2023 of natural causes at the age of 90. Matthew Perry was a sitcom legend for his long-running role on the hit show Friends, where he played the witty Chandler Bing, known for the iconic way he asked sarcastic questions. Perry played an essential part in making Friends one of the most popular sitcoms of all time, his charm helping viewers to feel that the 6 cast members were indeed friends. He died in October 2023 at the age of 54. Comedian and actor Bob Saget became an icon of TV sitcom dads when he starred as Danny Tanner on Full House. For years he also hosted America's Funniest Home Videos, but for an entire generation he'll always be remembered for playing a widowed father of 3 who held his own alongside the child superstars Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. He died in January 2022 of a head injury at the age of 65. Actress Cindy Williams was best known as Shirley Feeney from the hit 1970s sitcom Laverne and Shirley. Williams is remembered for her incredible slapstick chemistry with co-star Penny Marshall, as well as for her roles in the movies American Graffiti and The Conversation. She died in January 2023 after a short illness at the age of 75. In addition to the wacky antics of the main duo, Laverne and Shirley also had a great supporting cast. Actor Eddie Mecca starred as Carmine Ragusa, Shirley's boyfriend. They called him the Big Ragu. Carmine and Shirley made for an unlikely and often hilarious off-again, on-again couple, with Shirley frequently telling Carmine, a part-time boxer and aspiring dancer, to, quote, take a cold shower. He died in November 2021 at the age of 69. Actor and comedian David Lander played Squiggy on Laverne and Shirley, one half of Lenny and Squiggy, the show's weirdest and most memorable characters. Squiggy's outlandish haircut and Lander's distinctive comedic delivery made him one of the show's standout favorites. He died in December 2020 of complications of multiple sclerosis at the age of 73. Ed Asner won 5 Emmy Awards for portraying Lou Grant on The Mary Tyler Moore Show and its spin-off Lou Grant. Though he also played Santa Claus in Elf and voiced Carl Fredricksen in the animated classic Up, for a generation of viewers he'll always be Lou Grant. He died in August 2021 at the age of 91. Malcolm Jamal Warner was best known as Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show, a role that made him one of TV's favorite and most recognizable sons. Warner and the cast helped break new ground on television and made us laugh while doing it. He later starred in the sitcom Malcolm and Eddie and found success in music, directing, and dramatic television. He died in July 2025 in a drowning accident at the age of 54. Jay North was the child star of the beloved sitcom Dennis the Menace in the early 1960s. As an adult, he served in the U.S. Navy, worked as a corrections officer, and lived a quiet life with family and friends, all a far cry from his character's troublemaking antics and cries of, "Oh, Mr. Wilson!" He died in April 2025 of colorectal cancer at the age of 73. After getting her start in sketch comedy on SCTV, Catherine O'Hara spent decades making us laugh in movies like Beetlejuice, Home Alone, Best in Show, and many more. For sitcom lovers, her most enduring work is her award-winning performance as former soap opera star Moira Rose on the hit show Schitt's Creek. She died in January 2026 after a brief illness at the age of 71. Comedian Bob Newhart was best known for starring in two classic self-titled sitcoms, The Bob Newhart Show in the 1970s and Newhart in the 80s. Newhart is also remembered for his recurring role on The Big Bang Theory, winning his first Emmy Award for playing TV scientist Professor Proton. He died in July 2024 at the age of 94. Peter Scolari starred on the TV sitcom Bosom Buddies alongside Tom Hanks, playing Henry and his alter ego Hildy. He was also a star of Newhart, playing yuppie TV producer Michael Harris. Whichever role you knew him from, one thing is certain, his lovable straight man persona was memorable. He died in October 2021 of cancer at the age of 66. Joyce Randolph played the tough-talking Trixie Norton on the groundbreaking sitcom The Honeymooners, where she routinely showed Art Carney's Ed Norton who the smart one in the couple was. Randolph was the last surviving member of the classic sitcom's cast following Carney's death in 2003. She died in January 2024 at the age of 99. Loretta Swit was beloved as Major Margaret Hot Lips Houlihan on MASH, the no-nonsense head nurse on the long-running classic. Her performance won 2 Emmy Awards and helped define one of TV's greatest ensemble casts on what is widely considered one of the best sitcoms ever made. She died in May 2025 at the age of 87. Ken Osmond played one of the icons of 1950s and 60s TV, Leave It to Beaver's obnoxious Eddie Haskell. In his later years, he served on the Los Angeles Police Department, though for viewers he'll always be best known as a thorn in Beaver's side. He died in May 2020 of COPD and peripheral arterial disease at the age of 76. Of course, Eddie Haskell was a friend of Beaver's older brother, Wally, played by the fan-favorite sitcom star Tony Dow. After Dow's wholesome performance gave Leave It to Beaver its classic image of what a big brother was supposed to act like, he went on to become a popular TV guest actor throughout the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Later in life, he took up fine art and became known for his work as a sculptor. Tony Dow died in July 2022 of liver cancer at the age of 77. Betty White is most fondly remembered as one of the stars of the hit sitcom The Golden Girls, but her TV career spanned an amazing 9 decades beginning in the 1940s. From her early days in Hollywood, she went on to co-star in The Mary Tyler Moore Show in the 70s, The Golden Girls in the 80s, and Hot in Cleveland in the 2010s. Betty White died December 31, 2021, at the age of 99, just weeks before her 100th birthday. These and so many other great actors made us laugh when we needed it most. Whose TV stories mattered the most to you? Tell us in the comments who else you'd like to see us commemorate. And be sure to share your own memories of these incredible comedic icons and many others at Legacy.com, where their life stories live on. If you enjoyed this tribute, you can like the video and subscribe to our channel. And to get the most important updates about famous deaths in the news, just go to Legacy.com and click to follow our Celebrity Obituaries page.